Welcome back to day 3 of the Homeschool Rescue Plan, where we're going to catch up, regain control, and restore peace to your homeschool. Day 3, we're going to talk about catching up without burnout, the smart way to accelerate learning. So, this is a practical method to help your child close those learning gaps without being overwhelmed. We're going back to talking about learning gaps today. Okay, so this is the wrong approach to catching up. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to pile on more work because more work doesn't work. Okay. You don't want to, you don't want your child cramming. So you don't want to say, hey, go and work on that for 2 hours and we'll see how far you get. That leads to frustration and burnout. And it's not very motivating for your child. Kids need targeted and effective and efficient learning strategies. So we're going to fix this with a smarter approach. This is the focused learning block method. So these are 30-minute targeted sessions. And remember, I said 2 days ago that you can break these up if you need to. Just don't go longer than 30 minutes at a time. One subject at a time to avoid a scattered focus. And you're going to be using active learning, not just passive review. So this is going to be hands-on strategies that stick. If you need help figuring out some hands-on strategies that stick, you just let me know and I have got you covered. So how are we going to implement the focused learning block? First of all, again, we're going to pick one subject at a time. We're going to use interactive, high impact activities, and we're going to track our progress weekly and not daily. This creates momentum without burnout. We do not want to burn out our kids, especially our kids. Well, we don't want to burn out any of our kids, right? But burnout is much more likely to happen to kids who have learning gaps in multiple areas. So the power of small, consistent wins. So 10 to 15 minutes of mastery daily equals huge progress over time. And that's, again, why we want to measure this weekly and not daily, because you will see so much more progress and your child will be so much more motivated if you're measuring over the course of a week. Small, measurable improvements keep those kids motivated, and truly keeping your child motivated is one of the best ways to tackle these learning gaps. If they are motivated to catch up, they're going to be unstoppable. And consistency beats intensity. So even, one day, let's say that you are rushing, and you're behind. Even if you can just get 5 minutes in, that is better than, fitting an extra focus session in the next day. Consistency beats intensity every time. Okay, this is how you're going to keep the motivation high, not only for your student, but for yourself too. You want to set micro goals for visible progress. So let's say that your child is trying to memorize multiplication facts. Um, you know, Try to set a micro goal of memorizing one number group per week. Or if that's too big of a goal for your child, break it down and say, let's memorize the first 5 or the first 6 this week. But you need to set a goal. One thing you might want to purposely do is make the goal smaller than what your child can accomplish, because nothing motivates a child more. Well, I won't say nothing. There's a lot of things that motivate children. One of the biggest motivators is when a child is able to accomplish a goal faster than they think their parents thought possible. That is just super fun. So if you know that your child would be able to memorize one full group of multiplication facts in a week, make the goal for them to memorize half of that. And then when they do, you're going to lavish on the praise and say, I can't believe you were able to do this 2 or 3 days early. Wow, I'm so impressed. You worked so hard at doing this. That's going to make them feel 12 feet tall. So do that. Set the goals micro, and then let your kids accomplish more goals than they would have if you had made them bigger. You're going to celebrate those small wins with praise or rewards or both. And again, these rewards don't have to be huge, but small rewards are, that's part of the human spirit. We like to be rewarded for things. You're going to adjust the pace based on your child's energy levels. If your child is really struggling because he didn't get a good night's sleep the night before, it would be a good idea to, cut the focus time, to 15 minutes instead of 30, or to give the child plenty of outdoor breaks in between. But, you're going to take cues from your child's energy level. So I want you to take action today. Go ahead and download the Focus Learning Block Planner. Choose one subject to target for the next 7 days, and then you're going to implement that 30-minute focus session and track your progress. Small, consistent action leads to those big results. So let's go ahead and get started today.